And if worse comes to worse, having a big tactical folder like this 5.5-inch Espada that I have right here, this can be a real comfort if things are going south for you really quick. A folding knife in Inferno leaves an attacker very little room to attack you. He's got a few choices to make. He can run away, or he can try to close with you and risk getting cut. So a folding knife in combination with Inferno can be a really dynamic combination. Sometimes you get caught in a position or a situation or environment that's really cramped and you can't easily escape from it.
I'm going to kick your ass. Ah, I'm not done with you. Ah.
When someone's as big as Russell is, look at the size of him. Having a pocket unit, this little 1.3 ouncer in my pocket can really save you. Always carry more than one pepper spray. If you see trouble approaching, don't wait until it's on top of you and you have no reaction time. If someone closes on you and you don't have your Inferno unit in your hand ready to go, you're at a severe disadvantage. So if you see an ominous situation developing or a threat developing, get your unit in your hand, take it off, and get ready. If someone comes in here, just like that, I'm already moving, okay? I'm not going to let him kick me. You know, I'm going to move. When he goes to kick me, I'm going to get out of the way. And I'm going to shoot him, and I'm going to shoot him. The key to making this thing work is I had it ready, okay? Give ground in front of him. Don't let him set up. Let him have it, okay? Don't sit. If he goes to kick you, you can skip out of the way and give it to him again, right in the eye. That's going to be devastating. He's got a face mask on. Obviously, we're using an inert unit. Okay? Otherwise, we'd only get to use Russell once in this entire presentation, okay? That's how you use this little pin unit. It's a mighty tool at a bad spot.
Having a canister of the Inferno pepper spray is a great thing to have, even in the most simplest everyday tasks like walking your dog. A couple of months ago, I was walking my dog in my neighborhood, something I do every single day of the week, and I was attacked by a pit bull. My dog was attacked. The pit bull had no collar on his neck. I couldn't grab him. There was nobody around to help me. If I had had anything on me to help myself, I could have saved myself and my dog from serious injury. If I had had, for example, the Inferno, I could have simply... But I didn't. Wish I had it on me.
I'm a huge advocate of this big 10.5-ounce Inferno canister. This is the absolute bad boy of rock and roll. When you've got this in your hand, you're a real power. Don't answer the door late at night without this in your hand. In most parts of the country, this is legal. It's verboten in California, but it's legal in many states and in many parts of the world, many countries, you can have this. If somebody hinkies at the front door and you want to go and see what's up, put the big 10.5-ounce behind your back like this and go to the door. You can greet almost any uncertain situation with a lot more confidence with this 10.5-ounce Inferno canister in your hand. If a bunch of people are going to attack you and you see them approaching, you've got this hand, stop! All right, thanks, fellas. Look at the volume on their faces. Look at Jason here. Look at the whipping he took from this thing. Look at Russell's eyes. Look at Luke, okay? Hey, look at the volume this thing puts out. It's got a lot of range, a lot of power, and the main thing that I love about this is the enormous volume. Without these goggles on right now, their eyes would be absolutely shut. All the capillaries in their eyes, it'd be like freaking out. All their mucous membranes would be swelling enormously. It'd be all down their throat. Hey, this thing would have melted all over them. You can see the devastation this thing wrought, okay? This is a lot of power. This is a very potent tool. Get it. You'll never regret it. I've really fallen in love with this big 10.5-ounce canister of Inferno. It's got really good range. It's got a lot of shots. It's got tremendous volume. I want to show you a view of this Inferno action. This is a view you'll never want to see.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Ever since I've been introduced to the Inferno pepper spray's can, it's become my best friend. Let's be honest with ourselves, ladies. We don't always have our husbands, our brothers, our sons around us to take care of us. So it's our job to take care of ourselves. And Inferno pepper spray has given me that confidence to know that I can take care of myself under intense situations. How many times have you had to make a late night withdrawal at the ATM, had to take your dog on an emergency after midnight walk? It's things that we don't like to do by ourselves, but we have to sometimes. And Inferno pepper spray gives us the confidence to be able to do that, knowing that we're secure and that we can protect ourselves. I just want to show you guys how easy this is to use. There's a flip top. You flip it up and get your thumb under it and you spray. And you always want to keep moving so that your assailant can't catch you. And you always want to be looking at him, because if you don't know where he is, you don't know how close he is to you, and you don't know if you've gotten him. So keep your eye on him, keep moving around, and the second you know you've covered him well enough, you want to run. Get away from him as fast as you can, because that's what this is here to do for you. It's there to help you escape from harm. Inferno. If you were worried about not being able to use it properly, get yourself a couple of inert cans. Practice with it. Practice like I'm doing right now. Set up a target for yourself in your backyard, in your kitchen, anywhere. Practice it with it a few times. It's worth your life. Get yourself a couple of inert cans to practice with. Get yourself a couple of hot cans to protect yourself.
I'd like to dispel some of the fears people have about using pepper spray. What a lot of people are worried about is their assailant may try to cover their face or cover up, if you will, as he charges us, and try to grapple with him and take him to the ground and overcome him that way. Well, I want to show you a lot of different ways to defeat this type of an attack. I'm going to call Russell in here. If Russell covers his face with his hands like this, okay, what you do with your pepper spray, I'm going to back up just a little bit. When you see that, what I want you to do is target his chest. See, his eyes are covered pretty much, all right? And I can't easily directly attack them, but all I have to do is I can spray his chest and walk my pepper spray in, or I can use a zigzag pattern and go around his hands. A lot of it will find its way in. I think the most effective thing, though, is to spray right high in his chest and into his neck and walk it in like this. Okay? Immediately effective. If he has his hands up again, I can spray like this. And how much of it got in? Could you feel it hit you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you do is this motion here is really hard for him to deal with. Most of that's going to go through. No matter where he puts his hands, he doesn't know what I'm doing with my hand. And look at his face. Aren't you glad this is an inert canister?
Absolutely.
There you go. You don't always have to stand and directly face your attacker when you're defending yourself with a pepper canister like our Inferno. Sometimes it's a good idea to change levels. And always remember that you can articulate this easily by moving your wrist. Your wrist will direct this, and so you can move your pepper spray canister in all different motions and direct that spray whenever you want to. So when somebody as big like Russell comes in there and they rush you, sometimes it's a good idea to just drop and shoot them like that and get underneath them. Okay? It's very hard for him to fend from that angle. His hands are up protecting his face. I shoot right up underneath his hands, and you can see I blasted him with one hand, but one eye is totally decimated by that. Okay?